Hello guys, welcome to ASTV. In previous part we saw about Linux fundamentals part 1. In this video we are going to see the Linux fundamentals part 2. So let's get to the video. Yeah. In previous part we saw about Linux fundamentals, what is the Linux and how we can work and what is the basic commands of Linux, like that we saw that. In this part mostly we are going to cover like SSH machines and advanced Linux commands compared to part 1. So we'll go to introduction. Here we are going to see like copying files or moving files, like these kind of commands we are going to see, and user permissions. Okay, accessing your Linux machine using SSH. SSH in the sense secure shell. Okay, by this we can connect with some Linux server and we can access the terminal and we can use the commands from our system itself. Mostly we can use this, and everywhere using, for example, if you are running some servers you cannot access everything directly, so by SSH only mostly we are going to connect our Linux machine or any other servers which currently running that we are going to access. Not only in try hacking, mostly even in normal source also we are going to access with SSH only. Yeah, that's only they are telling here. From our computer we can connect with the internet, then we can connect with the Linux server. Yeah, IP address scheme. So how normally we want to access in the sense, in our terminal first we need to use SSH, then we need to use their username, something like Ubuntu or TryHackMe, something like username we need to use what currently user. For example, my username is a text. Similarly some usernames will be there, so we need to use that username. Then we need to use @simple. After that we need to use the IP address. That is the most common way. So yeah, we got this. Introduction to flags and switches. Okay, we missed something. Yeah, after this we want to use the password called TryHackMe, because while we are connected with the SSH it will ask password to connect with that, so we need to use with the password. Okay, we need to establish the connection using OpenVPN. So cd, in my folder I have that in yeah, the sequence was completed. So with this only we can access. Without this OpenVPN we cannot access the server. In previous session already we saw that. So let me check now. Yeah, it's connecting. Yeah, now the password is asking. So the password is, we saw that TryHackMe. Yeah, after open this you can see here the username is changed. Before my username was yours other, now the username is like a TryHackMe at Linux 2. So now successfully connect with the server. So this is completed. Okay, introduction to flags and switches. Okay, mostly the command ls is for list the files, mostly is the files and directories. For this the command is using we saw already there is a directory. In the directory, what kind of a files is there, like that we can use with the ls command. And if you are looking -a, there is some flag called -a. If we use that flag, in the sense, even the hidden folders will come. How the hidden folders are denoted here, in the sense, it will denote before with a dot, so which is called a hidden folder. It won't show in normal ways. Okay, same, previously we saw the manual pages. Explore the manual page for ls command. Okay, let me check man ls. Completed. What directional arrow key used to navigate down the manual page? Mostly we'll use the down arrow key, so we'll check here, down. Yeah, it's correct. What flag would we use to display output in a human readable way? Okay, human readable way. -h. -h we can use for human readable way. If there is a multiple, I mean so many characters there, we can use -h. So -h. Yeah, this task 3 is completed. Now we will go to task 4. So file systems interactions continue. Previously we saw what is the ls, like that we saw that. So now we are going to see here the command is called touch. Touch is using to create a one empty file, okay, which the file does not contain any what is that, any contents. Make directory is used to create a folder. Then cp command is to copy, then mv for move, rm for remove, then file for what kind of a file type is that, like that we can find with that. So same. For example, we'll make something touch dummy. If you see here, now one file creator called dummy. Same, make the dummy. Okay, we need to remove that dummy. ls. Yeah, if you see here, you can see the folder is dummy was created. So if we want to remove the file, we saw the command rm. So the same command we cannot use for the folder because this is a directory. So we want to use one flag called or, that means recursive. It will be continuously delete the folders. This command is used for folders, used to delete for folders. Then ls, if you see the dummy folder also deleted, then copy these things, we'll see. Okay, directly we'll go to here. Here also they will give some exist. From here we can check how would you create a file named new oat. So we'll copy this, and already we saw the touch ls. If you see here, new node file was created, so this command we can use like touch new oat. Incorrect. Oh, sorry, new node. Okay, on the deploy machine, what kind of what is the file type of unknown one in try hackme's home directory? If you are looking here, unknown one, we can already saw that file command we can use it to check the what is kind of a file type is that. So unknown one, there is a ASCII text. Yeah, it's correct. How would we move to file my file to my folder? Okay, move my file. So we want to use my folder. If you look here, you cannot see the file called my file. cd my folder. So ls, you can see here the file called my file. So I think mv my file my folder, it's correct answer. what are the constants of this file, sorry, contents of this file. So already we saw the command called cat my file thm. There is one flag type is there. I think this answer will be correct. Yeah. Continue to apply your knowledge and practice. Yeah, sure, we will check these things. Permissions. Okay, if we are using like for example, just go back. If you're using ls l, so list of the files, you can see some types like here hyphen rw hyphen or. So what is their things in the sense, mostly the first one is denoting whether it's a file type or a directory. If it is a directory, the first thing will be like a d, it will come in the name of d. Then after, the first three is like a, it will be in the format of read, write and execute, or wx. If you see here, you can get here or wx. So the first three is denoting for file owner, so whether the file owner can read, write, execute. The second thing is for whether the read, write for some group, if you have some group, users of group, whether they can what kind of a permission they want to do that. Then if any other extra users, for example non-permitted users, if who are not in the group also, not one file also, what they want to do, whether they want to read only or write only, or they can execute the things. So everything is them. So mostly more secure file in the sense, mostly we want to give the write and execute, we can read only. So switching between users, we can use the call command su, switch user. So we'll go here, who is the owner of the important. If you see already we type here, so who is the owner in the sense user2. You can see here the first one is called user, the second one is the group type, so user2. Yeah, it's correct. Then what would the command to be switch user? We saw su user2. It's asking password. Yeah, password is user2. If you see here, from try hack me, it's changed as a user2. So this also we completed. Then we switched inside also. So now we can see the what kind of file type is that. So cat important su user2, we got the flag. Sorry, su user2. Then common directories, mostly this won't have that much things like etc. In etc, what kind of things we can use in the sense, the most important things like password files, if something like a root user want to access, or the complete systems functions mostly used will be in this the place called etc extra. Okay, if you see here, this kind of things is important. The password in the sense, who want, what are the passwords is there, and what are the users is there, and their passwords, everything will store there. Then after sudo, sudos like this, then who all has the sudo permissions, like who are all the root kind of functionality they can execute, like that kind of things will be stored here. So this is one of the major functions here. And how the passwords will store in the sense, using SHA-512 format. That means SHA-512 format is there, that is one hashing type. So this type we will see in future, if maybe we can explain that in a deep manner at the time, how it's working, these kind of things. So next type is a where. This is a variable function, variable data will maybe have, mostly this is kind of frequently what data we want to store, that mostly we will store here, mostly like databases. Then after log files, mostly the where is mainly used for log files, or else we can use there's some server pages we can store here in www. So we can use that. Then after root, this is the home directory, how we have slash home slash tryhackme or slash home slash user2, like that. How users directory is that for for root directory we want to use slash root. Mostly we can't change here because the thing is like if you are in a root then you can change it. If you are the root user then you can change it, or else you can't change it. Then slash temp, this is mainly for temporary file. So for example, temporary file is if you are opening, for example, you may study about cache at the time. If you are opening something like files, so some cache will be stored, like caches may store, or else the file is to opened like that. Some temporary files will be stored. Mostly these kind of things will be stored in this place called temporary directory. So readme completed. What is the directory path that would we expect logs to store in? Logs, where log is correct. If you want to see here, cd where log. If you see here, already some logs are storing here. dpkg log for like a packages log, then alternatives log, cloud log, every log is storing here. From this we can check what kind of issues is there, like if any issues is coming we can find from this place. So next, what root directory is similar, how RAM on computer works. What root directory is, I think it is, what root directory is similar to how RAM on works. Okay, RAM works. RAM in the sense like we can say not where, we can use like temp. Yeah, the temporary file. I told now the temporary things like caches, these kind of things can store. Name the home directory of root here, slash root. It's correct. Now apply your learning. Yeah, conclusions. Here they are telling go to next pages and see that, like that data we can read this later. And Temnet machine 2 completed. Then join Linux fundamentals part 3. Next part we'll see this completely. So successfully we completed the room, and in this box we didn't use the start attack box. In previous session we saw that, now we didn't saw that because here they gave already like SSH things. So if SSH there, we don't want to move attack box. If you have a Linux machine then you can directly access from here, or else if you don't have a Linux machine then you can move to the start attack box and you can use it. But my preference will be go to here. It will be so good practice to work in a further base. So I think today we completed room. So if what will be the next content, in the sense like power up your skills with hands-on utilities, Linux fundamentals part 3. This Linux fundamentals part 3 we will be seeing in upcoming videos. Next video we will see about Linux fundamentals part 3. If you like the content, give a thumbs up. If you have any doubt, just give the comments. If if you like more, just share this content to your friends. And in next part we will see about Linux fundamentals part 3, and upcoming series we will see fully. So bye bye.